What's up guys? I'm Patrick Mattingly with Windshield Blades and welcome to the channel. So this will be the last episode in the Dao Knife series. In this episode we'll cover fit and finish. So you may notice throughout the video that the knife changes a little bit. That's because I had put an experimental patina on the blade, which was removed during the course of recording the video. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy and maybe learn a little bit of something along the way. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell so you can stay tuned to all my videos. Let's go ahead and hop to the build, guys. The first thing we'll do is wrap the tang of the blade with Teflon tape to prevent the two-part epoxy from sticking. This is done so that I can later remove the handle from the blade. Make sure to use equal parts resin and hardener, then mix thoroughly before applying to the blade. Lastly, we'll clamp down the whole piece and allow plenty of drying time. This is 5-minute epoxy, but I give it a good hour before I continue working on the handle. Alright, so the next step will be to sit down, polish this up really well so I can get a good idea of what needs to happen with it next. Alright, so as you can see here, my tip broke. That means it's a little over hardened. So, that's okay. It'll give me an opportunity to show you guys how to fix this. But for right now, we've gotten everything tightened up. Now we need to work on refining the shape of the pommel. So it'll fit properly again. Alright, so for the time being, we're going to set all this aside. Go ahead and work on fixing that point. Alright, so for this we want some very, very fine sandpaper. And every time you change belts, it's best to stand off to the side of the machine when you start it. Now we're going to place this back into a conventional oven at 450 degrees until it achieves a straw yellow. Alright, so what we're going to go ahead and do is permanently epoxy the handle onto the knife and then peen the end over so we can go ahead and get a solid idea of what needs to happen with this in order to make it fit the vision. Here, I'm using the Dremel to add a little texture and visual flair to the deer antler. Now, I very lightly scorch the surface of the antler to add some coloration. This bone antler actually will burn. And this is just 600 grit sandpaper. Alright, so I took this upstairs, washed it up really well, and it looks like what we actually managed to do was charcoal just the very outside edge of the antler. However, I actually like the color and texture it's gotten on it now. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is just take more of this 600 grit sandpaper and just keep working on wet sanding it down. Basically all I'm doing now is just trying to smooth everything out. The next thing I'll do is sit down and clean this all up really well with a rag. Alright guys, that'll do it for the Dao knife. As you can see, it is shaving sharp and ready to go. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was a bit of a long series, but if you learned a little something and you liked what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell so you can stay tuned to all my videos. And on a side note, I was wondering if you guys would be interested in seeing my sharpening process, maybe learning how to sharpen knives, and seeing some of my leather work to see how my sheaths are made. Anyways, your feedback is always welcome. Have a wonderful day, guys.